Kevin Ruane, County Commissioner, District 1. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Absolutely, Mike.
Thank you, man. A friend, but a great leader, and a leader that Southwest Florida needs in a time like this. Former mayor of Sanibel for a lot of years, and you helped Sanibel in some tough times back then too. You're a finance guy, and we needed you back then for that. And we probably need you a little bit for that now too, in the times that we're in, because we're spending a lot of money, I'm sure. A successful businessman, a self-made man, and again, a true leader. And now we're going to talk about this Lee County Recovery Task Force that now you've been appointed as the chairman. So let's get into that. Let's dive into that.
Absolutely. You know what? It's an honor, and it's great to have 4 great guys I work with, to have enough confidence in me to give me the title of chairman. Honestly,
that's great.
I'm thrilled that they're able to do that, and I'm thrilled to help this community once again. I came here during Charlie, helped them. This is a task that nobody even contemplated.
Yep.
But we're here.
Yep.
And we're going to rebuild. We're going to recover. We're going to come up with branches. What are branches? Oh, it's housing. It's infrastructure. It's economic recovery. It's natural resources. It's the things that make up our community.
Yeah.
They make sense. Okay, great. We got to go out and advocate. We got to tell our story. Why is it important? Go tell our state leaders, tell our federal leaders that we want to rebuild. And we're going to rebuild.
Yep.
Better than ever before.
Yep.
I'm confident.
Yep. Well,
I came here in the middle of this. I came here in Hurricane Charlie.
Hurricane Charlie, you helped out on Sanibel then before.
Day one.
Yeah.
Day one, I was on the hurricane safety team.
And that market came back strong.
Strong, really strong.
Yeah.
It was great to be part of a community.
Yeah.
I can recall 4 days after Charlie, my mom called to me and said, you know what? When are you coming home? I said, Ma, this is home. She said, you've been there 2 weeks. How could it be home? I said, you've never seen people come together the way they have.
Yeah.
That feeling, I was at the Holiday Inn. That's where the city of Sanibel was.
Yeah.
And that's when I got involved. And you know what? It's been with me since.
Yeah.
That's what makes me.
And this is a bigger one.
This is huge.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to say that we're not up for the challenge, but this is tremendous. This is going to be years of rebuilding.
Yeah.
But we're here to tell people we got your back.
Yeah.
We're going to come back.
I know a lot of your county commissioners. You guys got a great team.
Unbelievable team.
Yeah, you do. I'm from here. You and I have talked. We've got some stories we share about our upbringing, where we come from, and I love this community too so much. And sell real estate, as you know. I'm going to be doing it until I can't do it anymore, mind and body. But I know you love this community. And I see that in you, and I've seen that in you, and that's why I support you. That's why my brothers support you. Darren McMurray supports you. A lot of those people support you. And a lot of those guys on your team, Mike Greenwell, Cecil Pendergrass, they're great guys too, and they're great leaders like you. But we're so happy to have you as one of our leaders during one of the toughest times that Southwest Florida's ever been through.
Mike, you know what? I feel bad. You go through this, and when you grow up, you know, and you see us go through event after event, you know, they look to leaders. And it's really a time where you either give me the ball or go sit on the sidelines and I want the ball.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I don't know another way.
Yeah.
And something about this, you watch people, the best of people comes out right now.
Yeah.
And it's great to help people, because what we're trying to do is give them hope and realize that, yeah, it's some tough times right now.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
But you know what? Tomorrow's going to be better.
Yep. It's a new day.
We watched the improvement. We're only 9 weeks. It's all it's been.
Oh, by the way, thank you for the causeway. 30 days, I think. Are you kidding me?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. I mean, are you kidding me? And every day I go on that causeway, I'm like going, what are they doing now? I mean, you know, I know it's going to have more of a span.
We got a great governor, and I can't be prouder to work with Governor Ron DeSantis. Great guy.
Yep.
Laser focused.
Yep.
You know what? To be able to call his office and have his dedication to this. To put this special session together in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We as elected officials, I get to go testify what this community needs. before House members, before Senate members, and tell them exactly what Southwest Florida needs and why you want to make the investment. Because it's a great investment. The return on investment is going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
We're going to come back. The economic impact you're going to feel. And that's what you should do.
Yeah.
And that's my job 2 weeks from Monday.
That's great.
And I'm going to be up in Tallahassee for the entire week, going to committee. And that's what we do.
Yeah. You know, I think about this a lot. There's Fort Myers Beach strong, there's Sanibel strong, there's this strong, that strong. And I said, this is Southwest Florida strong. That's what it's all about. Everybody together.
This is resilient Lee.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
We have to rebuild. We have to recover. That's what we need to do. Put R.E. Lee. That's what we are.
Yep.
Think about it. Resiliency, recovery, rebuilding. That's what we are. And that's what we're going to do.
I think we just put up a billboard that says basically that too, so thank you. I think I stole your line.
Wait till you see our website.
Yeah, I know you're excited about this.
We really are.
I remember talking to you about the Bay County, and Bay County is up on the Panhandle.
Yep.
And that's where, is that Mexico Beach?
Yep,
Those
Mexico
areas right
Beach,
there.
Panama
City.
Yep.
And I remember after the hurricane, I called a top realtor up there and I said, hey, what did you learn from Hurricane Michael? What's some things you can tell me as a realtor? And you did the same thing as the county commissioner.
Well, not only that, but they came down here.
Yeah.
I mean, they drove 8 hours to come here.
And you said, Mike, go look at their plan. He said, we're not going to have a 365-page plan, but we don't need that. We can do it in whatever, how many pages.
It's going to be a comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Yeah.
And we have 1 million people we've got to take care of, Mike.
I looked at their plan. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Our plan's going to be pretty big, too.
I bet.
You know what? I mean,
we're a
this
bigger
is just
area.
a template.
Yeah.
But there's so many pieces of this.
Think
about our foundation. So there's 13 elected officials on my task force. So every city will have a member. Fire, police, school board, constitutional offices, health. So everyone's going to have, obviously, somebody advocating, us thinking about it. But you need to come up with the structure of us again. What is our infrastructure? What's our housing look like? What does our natural resources look like? What's economic recovery look like? What about cultural resources?
Yeah.
What about social, health resources? You know, those are the branches that we call. And we have to build those back because we're rebuilding.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. And we want realtors, we want chambers to be part of our economic recovery. You as realtors, what can you tell us that you need?
Yeah.
Chambers, what do you need from your members? Let me know so we can talk and advocate for you.
Yeah.
We can create the policies. We can go get the dollars necessary to help rebuild this place.
Yeah.
And for the businesses and the individuals, okay, great. What do you need? I'll call up Senator Rubio, Senator Scott. Great. Here's what we need from the federal government.
Yeah.
And you want to make the investment in Southwest. If you're a business person like you and I are, you want to make that investment. You know why? It's going to pay tenfold back.
Oh, I think so, big time.
That's exactly what's going to happen. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, I've been here since I was 3 years old, and what has changed here?
Listen.
But again, this area, I mean, you know, you don't forget where you come from, and the people that I grew up. I mean, there's still that small community within, but it's just gotten bigger, and there's new people that have come in, and some great people like yourself that have come in and led. And that's what's awesome. I tell you could probably drop the mic a couple times with this guy when he's talking, because if you don't see the passion in this guy, I don't know.
You know, this is
but you got a tough job. You're a politician.
I understand that,
but you're not a politician. You're just a leader, and you've been given this job, and you don't have to have this job. This is not. You're a successful businessman. You know.
Blessed
yes.
in more ways than you could think about.
Yeah, you could easily not do this.
Time, honestly, because you know what? My dad would always say, lead is lead.
Yeah.
And you know what? My mom would say, you run into the fire. You don't run away from the fire. And that's the way we were raised.
I'll help you on your political campaign. You know, I think maybe Governor DeSantis, who knows what's going to happen with him one day, but you might be running for governor one day.
Mike, you know what? This is home. And you know what? Right now, laser focused on making sure we recover.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the task at hand. Whatever God has in store for me later on, that's his business.
That's great.
We'll worry about that later.
Well, we appreciate you. I've been looking through this recovery plan, and I know this is going to grow. a lot. Recovery task force membership, the different communities like you touched on, fire department, mayors, different people on there. What more can you tell us about this? And how does this all, I mean, what's this all mean for Lee County? I mean, okay, we got this planned, but putting it to action, I mean, Sanibel is an incorporated city. Fort Myers Beach is an incorporated city. This plan is for
Lee County. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Because when you think about...
But Sanibel's still their own government, Fort Myers
Absolutely.
Beach.
But we're going to work together because we have infrastructure to rebuild.
Yeah.
You know, what you fail to realize, and most people, we're all connected because that's the way we are. You sell real estate.
Yeah.
So when I lived on Sanibel, I got a real estate bill.
Yeah.
I pay the city of Sanibel.
Yeah.
I pay Lee County.
Yeah.
I pay the school board.
Yeah.
So we're connected whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
And so why not help? Because we help Sanibel get back on their feet. They have an economic impact to this community.
Yeah.
And honestly, Sanibel, yeah, I didn't grow up here, Mike, but my in-laws introduced me to Sanibel.
You lived out there. You raised your kids there.
Absolutely. My son,
Yeah,
Kevin,
you were
went to
there.
Sanibel School.
Yeah.
And I look at that, and I'm blessed to know this community.
I've met several owners out on that island, and they've told me privately, oh, he's a great man, great leader, all that good stuff. And not to get into that. I just, you can't say that enough. And again, appreciate you. So your love for the community, we see that. I've seen that. And a couple questions on this. Sure. When does this start to take place, you say?
So Tuesday at the County Commission workshop, we're going to roll this out at the 30,000-foot level. And we're going to go to Tallahassee as one united group and work for this community with mayors, with people from Lee Health, with people from the school board. Because at the end of the day, we need a school in Sanibel.
Yeah.
We need, obviously, the municipality. You need a roadway to Sanibel. As we found out, without the causeway, how do we get there?
Yeah.
So infrastructure is important.
Yeah.
Housing is important. Economic recovery is important.
New and improved infrastructure.
Absolutely. That's exactly
better
what we're going to do.
Infrastructure.
Much better infrastructure. We're going to be more resilient.
Yeah.
So when the next storm comes, no different than what we do in construction. We build better.
Yep.
We build stronger.
Yeah.
We come back.
That's the thing. I was at a house today, and people on social media are going, there's no way that house looks the way it does. Brand new house, new codes. My brother used to say the codes are too strong, and Matt Simmons was in here 2 weeks ago. He had touched on the 50% rule and some other things that you could take advantage of. He was a great guest, great man, and another great leader in the community. But the codes work. There's a reason for those codes, and now it showed.
Without a doubt. I mean, you could see the older homes.
Yeah.
You could see the newer homes. You could see the concrete block, and you could see the sticks.
Yeah.
You could see the impact windows and the windows that weren't impact.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really, you go through and you know exactly what was new construction, what wasn't.
Yeah.
So the Miami-Dade is really important to follow that code, and we need to make it better.
Yeah.
And we got to build back better.
Yeah.
We can't just do the same. Nobody wants to go through this again.
No, we don't. I still wake up sometimes and I just say, I can't believe this happened to our community. I can't believe it happened in South Florida. But, and again, like you said, everybody's working together, and today's a new day, and we've gotten better, and things are getting better. One of the questions came in with debris removal, FEMA. Somebody told me FEMA pulled out yesterday of the area whatsoever.
No way.
I mean, they're
no way.
Okay, good.
No, so
talk on the street. Naturally, always talk on the street.
So debris obviously is being reimbursed 100% for the removal, and you go through 30-day increments. The governor, because he wants to hold all the contractors to a tighter time frame, is only asking for 15-day increments. So we're 75 days of approval so far. That'll take us to December 7th. We're ready to put the application together for the next 15 days.
Okay.
But the governor's holding everybody to a high standard.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And the debris, obviously, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Because recovery starts when the debris is gone.
Yeah.
And that's important. But
Periwinkle
FEMA's been here.
Periwinkle looked pretty good today. I'm like, oh my God, that looks so much better.
But you also have to understand, Sanibel took 3 weeks before there was access to it.
No, I know.
So when you really look at it, they're only 6 weeks into recovery.
Yeah. A lot of these people still haven't even seen their homes.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
they're still coming down. What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So that was
FEMA's here,
there's-
and they're not going away.
There's so much, you hear one thing, it's just like the 50% rule. We touched on that with Matt Simmons. Is there anything you want to add to that? Anything with the Matt Simmons interview that we had?
Matt, you did a great job with Matt, and honestly, people need to look at their property and make the best decisions for their property.
Yeah.
And I think what FEMA said to us and why they didn't let us inflate the 50% rule is they didn't want us to do the same thing over.
Yeah.
They want us to come back, and they want us to build better.
Yeah.
And holding the 50% to actual cost makes sense.
Yeah.
It's painful for the community, and I'm going to apologize in advance for that. But I also don't want to go through this again.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important that we adhere to that 50% rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't inflate it.
Yeah. Well, we've been on some properties where we've said, yeah, you might be able to build back, but should you build? I was on a conversation today with someone. I'm like, going, yeah, you can do it, but it's still going to be considered a lot when you go to sell it one day. So, I mean, people want the idea of ground level homes in these areas that were affected or can be affected. They're definitely being looked at in the future different, even if you can build them back.
Absolutely. I mean,
The value is not as strong as what they used to be.
My family has a house in East Rocks.
Yeah.
1985 Michigan.
Yeah.
We used it as a rental for a while. My in-laws were in it for a while. It makes zero sense. We took 6 feet of water in there.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Build it back?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah.
I got to go up. I got to
Yeah.
work with the city of Sanibel. What's the code? How do we make it better?
So that's the thing too. People, well, it's easy for him to say he wasn't affected. You were affected just like a lot of people. We're all
Absolutely.
affected in some way or form.
Absolutely. You know what? My house in the Cape,
Yeah.
$200,000 worth of damage.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed to say it was only $200,000 worth of damage.
Yeah, and by the way, you didn't start working on it. I don't even know if you started working on it yet.
I haven't.
You're taking
You know
care of
what?
everybody else.
But you know what? That's what you do. I mean, you know what? The storm hit. I was at the EOC. We have a great emergency management center where we have the opportunity. I saw every aspect of government work together. Army Corps of Engineers, Water Management District, Fire, Police, EMC, you name it was there.
That's another thing. You've always been an advocate and just a leader in water quality, even also. I mean, we don't have to go into all your accomplishments because there's so many of them, and a lot of them for the better of Southwest Florida. And the water, you led the charge, or was one of the leaders of the charge of that too.
Water quality is so important.
Yeah.
We live in, why do people come here?
Yeah.
Clean water.
Yep.
It's not brain surgery.
Yep. Yep.
Clean water. How do you sell real estate?
Yep.
You want root beer water? You want blue-green water?
Yeah.
It's
Blue-green.
real simple.
Blue-green.
Absolutely.
So a couple other things. So we touched the 50% rule. We won't need to get in that. Permitting process, what is the county doing to streamline? I mean, I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. I think we're
we
streamlining
are.
pretty
And you know
good.
what? Listen. So the task force, building, planning, and capacity.
Yeah.
We have Sid Kitson.
I saw that. You got some
He's-
great leaders in here.
He is going to be the chair. I got Mike Greenwell, who's
Yeah.
a builder by trade.
Yeah.
So we want to. I was on the phone tonight with Mayor Gunther. We want to streamline this process. I want to give you a permit as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
He told me today, the last month, they gave out 13,000 permits.
That's Lee County. Now, when you go into Fort Myers.
That's Cape Coral.
Okay. But that's not Sanibel. Sanibel,
Sanibel
they've
gave
got their
out
own.
2,500.
Okay, good.
So when we look at the number of permits in Lee County, we're over 50,000 permits.
That's great.
In 1 month.
Yeah.
Streamline? 50,000 permits, Mike.
Streamline? This is a little different because the county has to make money. I mean, actually, county tax relief, property taxes. Any thoughts on that? I mean, there's a lot of these properties that have been. I mean, is there anything?
Absolutely. We're going up to the legislature. So we've done a couple of things already. So first, you got your tax bill just yesterday. You have till January to pay it and still get the 4% discount.
Okay.
Secondarily, we're going to, and the governor's going to rebate from the moment the storm hit. So if you look at 4 quarters for real estate, the 4th quarter will have 0. He's going to give a rebate back to every property tax person.
Every property tax.
Every property tax person that had an impact from the storm.
Okay.
I mean, when you look at that, who does that?
Yeah. How do you qualify impact?
You actually report it to Matt Caldwell. He's our property tax appraiser.
Yeah.
There'll be obviously photos to
Yeah.
verify that you've
Yeah.
had impact.
Yeah.
But obviously, anyone that's had some impact to their property, minor, maybe a minor adjustment, substantial, you'll have zero tax for the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So you'll have 3 quarters, and then you're going to have an opportunity to pay it as late as May without any penalty.
That's great.
So we're trying to come up with ways, and we're going to go up to Tallahassee, and I'm sure there's going to be some additional enhancements. But again, we understand people are hurting right now.
Yeah.
So it's my job to try to find any way we could save money for them, because at the end of the day, they're going to reinvest it back in the community.
Yeah.
And that's what government should do. You and I as business people, right? We make an investment. Why do you buy real estate? Honestly, why did I buy real estate on Sanibel? For it to go up in value.
Go up in value. Just believe in Southwest Florida.
Absolutely. And that's what we did. That's
and you
want to
be here.
Absolutely.
Living the dream.
But that's the same exact thing you do in making an investment in our community.
Yeah.
Go to Tallahassee and tell legislators, make an investment.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any better investment and opportunity going forward in Southwest Florida. Because just like in Charlie, I mean, it was like, it came back so quick. And a lot of that stuff, it was sad. It had to be redone and remodeled, but it was remodeled new, and the values jumped too with it. So, you're going through this. We'll get through it. Tourism, how's that going to be affected as far as our local economy? I mean, we were built on tourism.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Our beaches.
Well, each part of this has to be. That's why we have to have a plan, Mike.
Yeah.
Because honestly, okay, we just don't blink and the beaches get cleaned.
Yeah.
So we have to have a plan. We have to go through a process.
Yeah. And we're not the only ones in control of those beaches. I mean, we got the DEP and Tallahassee and all that. Sanibel's very environmental.
Absolutely.
Protected,
so we're going to have the Water Management District involved. We're going to work with the DEP. But again, working with those agencies for the last 16 years.
Yeah.
Know exactly what we need to do. That's where all levels of government have to work. It's the local. It's the county. It's the state. It's the federal. Because those are the things that are important to Southwest.
Yeah, got to work together.
Have to.
Got to work together. County parks, same things with the beaches. A lot of our parks aren't open. What do you foresee with the county parks?
Parks, I will continue to open up parks.
They're just one by one going in.
Absolutely. What we're trying to do is make sure that first and foremost, we got rid of the debris.
Yeah.
I don't want children going in our parks and getting hurt.
Yeah.
So we have
Same
to
thing
do
with beaches.
That. Again, like every day, you see more and more. Yeah, the beaches. We just made an exception in Sanibel. Never happened before. We're going to rake them. We've never done that before because of the mammoth task we have in front of us.
Yeah.
But we want to clean them, and everybody wants to go walk on the beach again, Mike.
Yeah.
That's where I get my greatest time to reflect and really think about this place.
I think we've already started doing that up on Captiva, haven't we?
Absolutely.
I saw some machines going sifting through the sand.
Well,
a couple
Captiva
week or two
a little
ago.
bit further ahead of Sanibel.
Yeah. Well, it's Lee County.
It's Lee County, but they also have the benefit of maybe not necessarily getting as damaged.
Yeah.
And that's different communities. We work on things that we can work on every day.
I tell you, and I love Sanibel's beaches because they're natural and they let Mother Nature, but, not to get into the beaches, but naturally Captiva restores their beaches. And I was out there the other day, the restoration of those beaches, how, the elevation of them. I mean, that was a big protection for Captiva, I think. And that's
absolutely.
I mean, you talk about a value added for that island up there.
We're going to relook at those situations. I'm sure no different than what they did in Sandy. We're going to be buying properties.
Yeah.
Because we need the protection. We need those dunes.
Yeah.
We need some protection before it goes to homes.
Yeah.
And we'll give people an opportunity to, obviously, that are frustrated and they really want out. They'll be perfect people. They'll help us. We'll have some more frontage.
Yeah.
Have some more protection.
Yeah.
So we'll be better. Again, more resilient for the next time.
Yeah, that's great, Kevin. Anything else you want to touch on? Did we go through this Lee County Recovery Task Force, even though we're just starting this and it's just growing and it's being developed? You got your members and your committees and your leaders within that are going to help within. I know that's going to grow and get better. Anything else you want to touch on that?
I mean, the most important thing is this is the private sector and the public sector working together.
Yeah.
You have so many leaders from the private sector stepping up that are helping and working together, and that's what we need to do. This is a community.
Yeah.
This isn't just government.
Yeah.
These are people. These are businesses. This is government. This is schools. This is hospitals. We all need to obviously come back because it's services that we all look for in a community. And that's why there's a plan. Because everybody has to think about what they're thinking about, but then we have to put it all together. Because that's how we're going to rebuild. We need to put this back together.
And we can't just expect a big check from government.
Well,
you know?
no, it's going to be a combination of multiple layers of funding.
Yeah.
It's going to be the federal government. It's going to be the state. It's going to be individual investors.
Yep.
It's going to be people. It's going to be insurance refunds, or claims and payments. It's going to be new money coming here because we were the ninth fastest growing place in America.
Yeah.
People still want to come here. We still have sunshine.
Yep.
We still have great weather. We have a great environment. So I'm confident that this task force is going to concentrate on what we're going to do and how it's going to be better. And I just am grateful, honestly, to the number of private people that have raised their hand to say, I want to help.
Yeah.
And that's what's great.
That's
People
what's great about
together.
this community.
Absolutely.
We've got a great community, a lot of givers out there, people that, not just write checks, but also do. And that's what we need right now is just people that want to help and advocate and not necessarily write checks, but just people who get out there and help.
Probably the last thing I could say to people, if you need help, you got to contact us.
Yeah.
You know what? My office is right on every website. Call our office.
Your phone is pretty readily available to
listen, that's what we're here to do, but every commissioner is and every elected official.
Yeah.
You know what? And again, when we come across a problem, we all have each other to bounce it off. How do we fix this? And it was no different than today. I get a call from Al Hanser from Sanibel Captiva Trust, trying to get a permit over the Bell Tower. Okay, what's the issue? Well, it's partial hurricane damage, partial issues before. Okay, how do we streamline that process? He wants to open up. I got it, Al. I know it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you understand the problem. But unless you tell me there's a problem, I don't know it.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me.
Yeah. We appreciate you, Kevin Ruane.
Absolutely.
I've
asked for the job.
Yeah.
Remember, I asked to go on the ballot. I asked you to vote for me.
And I did.
Thank you.
And I'll do it again. I appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man. Anything we can do for you, we're always here. Big supporter. Please support Kevin Ruane. I would say for governor, but no.
County commissioner.
County commissioner.
Absolutely.
We got a job to do.
Absolutely. Big job.
So I appreciate it,
man. A lot of help. A lot of people.
Thank you
all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you.